All right. Yeah, we got some information for you, brothers. This is the first website, HoustonTexas.com. This is dated September 12, 2011. It says, could contagion virus happen in real life? Now, this is based on the movie Contagion. It says, CBS News, Contagion was the #1 film at the box office this weekend. It's scaring up moviegoers with the terrifying story of a virus that goes global and the race to stop it. But how accurate is it? Dr. Thomas Frieden, director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, said on the Early Show Monday, the scenario portrayed in the film is quite plausible. And you can look up that word plausible. It means acceptable. It says the CDC worked closely with the filmmakers to create a highly accurate portrayal of a growing pandemic. We are all connected by the food we eat and the water we drink and the air we breathe, Frieden said. The CDC and our partners identifies one new pathogen each year. We investigate one each day. Something like this can happen. And even in our lifetime, if you think about HIV, more than 25 million people have been killed by HIV around the world. Other illness also spread very quickly, Frieden noted. He explained the measles virus, without vaccinations, each person with measles infects 15 people. One person with measles can affect someone 100 feet away. And it's possible if that someone who had measles leaves a place and for 4 hours later someone gets in and gets infected. So sure this is possible, but what is important is that we can do a lot to prevent it and to reduce the impact as well.
Can you say something on that? Now, in the movie Contagion, all you brothers out there and GMS should go and see it. They showed you at about the end of the movie how one woman got the disease, and they went through the bat. He ate something off the, I don't want to give away the movie. And they showed you how the disease was spread step by step, but they showed you it in the form of different scenes. But like I said, that's Hollywood. My thing is Esau got control over that disease, whatever disease it is, and they make it happen, and they bring it back. Like, for example, case in point, a couple of years back, what was that? 2008, going into 2009, the H1N1, and they made a big thing about it, man. They made a big deal about it that if you don't get this vaccine, that millions of people are going to die. It's imperative that you get this shot, get your flu shot, and get the flu shot and the H1N1. Don't just get the flu. They made a big thing out of it. And then you know what? See, a lot of people are watching these different conspiratorial viewpoints, sites, whether it be on YouTube. They're moving away from the American media, and they're watching they're watching RT and Euro News and maybe the BBC, and a lot of American people. I don't know about these other nations. Well, they're rioting all over the place, so they don't give a damn about their government. But I know in the United States, a lot of masses of U.S. citizens or so-called U.S. citizens don't trust the government, man. So basically that thing was, look, we ain't going to take that H1N1 shot. We don't believe that shit. And you know what? They had you think that people are going to just drop like flies. If you don't, hardly nobody took the shot. And guess what? Nothing happened. It went away. It went away. Now there's a delivery I did to this doctor, and I asked him about the shot. I said, "Do you give that?" "Yes, we do give the shot out." And I said, "Well, how many people have come in, and this was at the end of the thing when it was calming down." I said, how many people came in and took the shot? Not too many. He said, I got boxes of that stuff in the back. I said, where'd you get it from? I got it from, I think he said D.C. They ship it to him, and I guess every shot that you give him, you get a percentage of the money or whatever. And he said, I got to send all that stuff back. Nobody wants to take the shot no more. So, I mean, you know, the way I approached him was like I was asking him a general question. I was basically trying to get some inside information. So he told me that they have boxes of it in the back, just sitting there collecting dust, and nobody's coming in. And I said, percentage-wise, how many people in your area have come in? Maybe 10%, if that. So people didn't start dropping like flies. And in that movie, going back to the movie Contagion, you had an Alex Jones type, but he was an English guy, and he was a guy that was saying that it's all a fraud, that it's all fake. All right?
Continuing, it says, Frieden himself has seen the movie twice. When asked by early show co-author Erica Hill if the film teaches people or simply scares them, he replied, it's important that people understand there are people at the local, state, federal, and global levels who are working to track what is happening so that we can prevent this from happening. And you notice in the article it says this guy Frieden has seen the movie twice. I remember El Tahar was saying earlier, you niggas, man, you haven't seen the movie once. All right? And that's why when that time come, when all that hell come upon you, it'll be, when you get perished by it, it'll be well deserved. All right? Reading on, it says, he continued, there are basically a few things we do in public health. We detect signals so that we can identify soon when a new pathogen is emerging. We figure out the laboratory aspects of it. And what does that bring to mind? Psalms, the 64th chapter, where it says they search out iniquity. All right? It says we figure out the laboratory aspects of it. What is it? How does it spread? We figure out how it acts in people. So what's called the epidemiology of it, and figure out how to control it. We can't say, and that's basically what they do at the CDC. Remember this guy, Frieden, he works for the CDC. So they basically they study those diseases, and they create them, and they see the effects that it has on people. And that's Psalm 64 chapter right there. It says we can't say we can control everything, but we can say that we can always be better prepared today than yesterday, and be better prepared tomorrow than we were today. However, Frieden notes the U.S. has additional challenges today due to job losses. Over the past 2 years, about 45,000 jobs have been lost from local public health agencies, he said. Those were many of the people who would detect and respond to an outbreak such as this one. Okay, the next one is from Yahoo News. It says how the CDC would deal with a real-life contagion. This is dated Monday, September 12, 2011.